Shino, hi, Adams. Ugh. My friend Cully said I should use that intro, so now I'll use it until the end of time. I'm Shino High, you are the Adams, welcome to the Silo. Let's talk about religion. Now before any of you woke or old bloke types start accusing me of heresy, everything in this video is either my own experience or my own opinion. I'm agnostic, and I am not pushing any agenda on anyone here, nor will I ever. For those of you who do, have fun in hell! With that, let's get started. When I was a young, spry babe, I attended Lutheran church with my family most every Sunday, as well as Sunday school. Ah, Sunday school. The land of cartoon prophets, red and blue nap mats, and cheese balls at snack time. My grandfather is a real one, while my mother and the rest of the family, I believe, mainly went with him to make him happy. The first church I went to was a biggin. It was grand, brightly lit, had marble altars with red carpet, and it was complete with its own nice old lady organist who played from the second floor balcony overlooking the narthex. All of the little kids would always want to go upstairs and say hi, but they had a silk rope divider block the spiral staircase most of the time. Told you they were fancy. I didn't really comprehend much of what all this was for. I just thought church was a fun place to be, especially when my mom bought my little sister and I donuts and chocolate milk afterward. I think it was a reward for all of us making it through keeping my ADHD ass quiet in the house of the Lord. Fast forward to after we moved states, I'm about 12 here. We joined a smaller church, still Lutheran. Don't ask me what the difference is between Lutheran and Catholic. In my uneducated guess, I think Catholics expected us to be weird pagan witches or something. Having more of a smart brain gland, I participated in the community more. I spoke a lot more with the pastor, who was super nice and truly believed in my opinion, as I attended catechism and even became an acolyte. I took pride in learning when and how to light the candles on the altars during service with my cool candlestick of lighting +3, and having my own seat up on the chancel. I only had to look up a few of these names, shush! In addition to this task, I also made friends with this other old lady organist. It's like the church's rite of passage to get one of these old ladies or something, and wrote music for my French horn to accompany her. I did this because I often stayed after church and had long discussions about life and God with my pastor. Mom didn't mind as she thought it was good for me, but my sister was always mad because she wanted to go home and play Pokemon with me. Don't get me wrong, I loved this era of playing and trading on Ruby and Sapphire, but I was starting to develop a little bit of the fear of God. Because of how I was, which will be discussed in a future video, probably, I thought I wasn't good often enough to escape burning in eternal agony, so for a long time I tried even harder at church. I worked to memorize everything for catechism, I tried to be the perfect altar boy, I sang hard so God could hear my faith and maybe forget about me always being in trouble for not paying attention in school. I think that intensity for the latter half of when our mom kept us in church burnt me out on worship, because I really fell off. Especially when I got into darker times in teen years and after high school. I really didn't care what God or anyone else thought of me. It's a bit sad because I really had a good experience over the years being part of something, having cookouts, fundraisers, and holiday events with the Redeemers and everyone else. I think Mom also went into a bit of a depression as well, as my parents started to break up, so she stopped bringing my sister and I to church. My pastor would call every now and then to see how we were, but those eventually stopped too. Part of me wants to go back and see what I would have been like if we kept going, as those Sundays were some of my favorite growing up. Today, I call myself an agnostic as I would like to believe that God exists and there is an afterlife, but logically I can't without proof. That doesn't stop me from offering up a little prayer every few years though. I took what I learned in church about being a good person to heart, maybe not immediately, but definitely later in life. I learned from my grandpa that it's good to share in these things when you can, but even though he never said it, watching what goes on today, he taught me retroactively to not try to force someone into believing something they don't, or hold a culture accountable for a people's actions. We've lived and died for many centuries based on beliefs, so it's no wonder why people try to push their agendas and values on others still to this day. If I've learned one thing through my religious journey, it's that being happy with how you view the world, whether you have faith or not, is super valuable, and sometimes all you need. Without getting too preachy, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Keeping my ADHD ass quiet out in the house. Ah.